This version of General Tso's chicken, not your average bear, my friends. This one is deeply savory, a bit more fragrant than on the sweet side, and it is so delicious. This is my spicy General Tso's chicken. Alright, so I love the original, I don't know if you'd call it original, but the typical American version of General Tso, that kind of sweet sugary pop, light lollipop kind of colour. Love that one. But I thought, what if we made kind of a more adult version of General Tso? A little spicy, a little bit more serious, a little less on the sweet side. Well, here we go, guys. It's kind of like my adults only version of General Tso. Let's get into it. There's a few little secret ingredients here, including in this marinade. First of all, we're going fairly conventional here, soy sauce and some dark sweet soy sauce as well. This is going to give us a really deep caramelly kind of color to our fried chicken, and an egg white. And I decided to give the egg white a bit of a whisk before I add it to the chicken, make sure it's nice and loose. And then here come the little extra ingredients that kind of make things a bit special. So first of all, I'm adding some vodka. Now the vodka is going to make this marinade quite volatile, so when it hits the oil, it's going to really kind of crisp up. And also alcohol is a really good carrier of flavour, so it's going to make sure that we get a really good flavour around our chicken as well. If you'd like to leave things alcohol free, you could always leave the vodka out. But do add this next ingredient, which is baking soda. So the baking soda again is going to kind of cause things to puff up and get nice and crispy. Now give that a really good mix, and you'll see here that there is quite a lot of liquid here, and that has been done on purpose because what I want to do later on when I mix this really wet marinade with the flour that I've got, it's going to create like a really kind of craggly, crusty outside, which is a good thing, my friends. You'll see. Right, now let's just leave that chicken to do its thing for a few minutes while we make our sauce. Now I'm going to start off with some chicken stock here and some soy sauce. And then here are a couple of more kind of serious ingredients that you don't typically get in your General Tso sauce. So I've got some Chinese Shaoxing wine, and this one adds a really beautiful floral kind of fragrance to the sauce. I want a good couple of tablespoons of that. And then the other special ingredient is Chinese black vinegar. So this vinegar obviously has a dark color, you can see, which is different to other types of vinegar, but also it has a kind of extra dimension of flavor. Again, a nice, beautiful sort of floral fragrance. And if you can't get a hold of it, just pop in some red wine vinegar. That'll give you that sort of extra boost of flavor. And now I am after a little bit of sweetness here just to balance out all those salty flavors, but not as much as you would usually find in this kind of sauce. And then finally, a little bit of corn flour here that's just going to help everything to thicken up and get all glossy in the pan. Alright, so here we go with the deep frying the chicken part, which, as you guys know, if you've been a long time watcher of my channel, you'll know how much I enjoy this part. Frying chicken, it's like one of life's pure pleasures. Now, a little bit of plain flour here, or all-purpose flour. And I'm going to cut that with some corn flour. Corn flour is going to make things a little bit lighter and crispier. Now just give those a good mix. Now I want to get all of this chicken and all that liquid into the flour. And now you're going to have to get your hands dirty here. Just give everything a good mix. And what you want is for each little piece of chicken here to kind of get all craggly and crusty, and it should kind of look like there's a bunch of cornflakes almost stuck to the outside of each piece of chicken. And if you have a look here, this is the kind of situation that you're going for. Now just gently shake off any excess flour and get that chicken into that hot oil. Now I want a really nice deep dark color on this because I want the outside to get really, really crispy so that when we're stir frying it in the sauce a little bit later, we retain some of that crunch. Alright, so that's starting to look really good. I'm going to pull my chicken pieces out as they hit just the right color. So now we have the perfect base, crispy, dark chicken. And if you have a look here, I'll just have a listen to the sound. That's some crispy chicken. And what we're after here, I'll cut this open so you can have a look, but you can see that chicken inside is still really nice and juicy, but we've got that little thin, crusty layer all around that outside there, and that's gonna like stick and soak up all of the awesome sauce that's coming. All right, let's get going on the awesome sauce. Well, I might just, I'll just try a little piece just to make sure. I mean, you really could just eat all of that exactly the way it is right now. Oh, that's so good. Oh, yum. It's really hard to keep going, but we will persevere. It's gonna get even better. Now into a hot wok, I just want a little bit of oil and some garlic, some ginger. All right, now here comes the spicy part. I'm going to chop in, seeds and all, a whole bunch of dried red chilies here. Oh, it's going to give that a nice kick. Okay, a bit of a stir fry. And don't leave that too long, I don't want the garlic to burn. I'm going to go straight in with my sauce. Now just give that a bit of a stir and let it bubble away, get all those ingredients making friends in there. I want this to end up kind of thick and glossy before I add the chicken in. Right, that's looking seriously good. I'm going to add in my chicken. Ah, look at that gloss, yum. And see all those little kind of uneven, craggly bits around the chicken, that's giving us ample room for lots of that sauce to kind of get soaked up in there. And I just want to add some spring onion here. And there we go. Oh, that looks seriously spicy and good. Put that on the plate. And there you go, guys. Not your average General Tso's chicken, but my kind of slightly spicy, a little bit more adult version. Let's just check and make sure it's really worth your time. That has got some really good kick. And you know what I love? You still get that tangy sweetness that you would get from like a, you know, regular kind of General Tso chicken, but you've got all these other little mysterious almost flavors like coming from the Shaoxing wine and the black vinegar. It's just like a more interesting kind of version. Now this is a version of General Tso's chicken I can seriously get behind. Yum.